Hello Aquarius, this is going to be your November 2018 reading. My name is Camille and you are watching Millennial Tarot. Before we get into the cards, I did want to say that I am offering $10 private readings. So if this is a general reading, but if it resonates, and especially if it does not resonate and you want something specific for your life, hit me up below. One question is $10. I am also branching out into doing natal chart readings, so talking about the astrology of it all. So if you have anything that is troubling you, or you have questions about what's going to happen in the future, or why you are the way that you are, and you just have a question about it, I'm able to do that too. So those are going to be $20 for one question based on your natal chart. That is it. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the cards. These are going to be 3 card spreads per usual, past, present, and future, clarifiers if needed, and I am using the Golden Universal Tarot deck. So let's see, my fellow Aquarians. All right, one more time. Oh, right. Okay. Let's pull some clarifiers. Oh, who wanted to come out? Who wanted to come out? All right, let's keep going. We got to get the positive eventuality here. Okay. All right, Aquarius, is always like one sign that is going through it. We landed. We made landing. Okay. We got a lot to show. We got a lot to speak through. So let's start. We're coming into this reading with the recent past energies of the Two of Cups, soulmate card. And then we have the present position of the Knight of Wands. Everything was looking so great. Okay. And then we moved into an outcome of the Five of Pentacles, clarified by the Four of Cups, further clarified by the Eight of Cups, and then eventually we got the King of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have the bottom of the deck of the Two of Wands. So let me just preface this by saying it's all good. It's going to be okay. And because we have the Two of Cups setting this off, because Venus is in retrograde, because love is on the brain, because I'm filming this in Venus ruled Libra season, because the relationships, the lack of, or the having of, or the hardship of, it's going to be okay. All right. There's going to have to be some recalibration, some rethinking, but in the end, let me just get this out the way for people who are wondering, the person is coming. Okay? It might be a different person for some of you. All right? And they're going to be tops. They're going to be just tops. Tops for you. Or maybe the person you met, go through some stuff, and then it becomes tops. The relationship becomes so strong, and the relationship can open so many doors for you, and you just couldn't believe it could be this great, and how many options you have, and how free you feel to just delight and travel. You know, Aquarius is very independent in love. So this is a relationship that's going to hold you down. A person that holds you down. But you're still free to fly, and you come back to them at any time. Not like, you know, leaving and going, but just like having that air of independence, right? Right? And so, and how the relationship provides you with so much freedom and so many options to explore yourself and the other and just who you are in love. That is the Venus retrograde story for everybody. Okay? But there's going to be a journey. So let's just get into it. We have the Two of Cups. This is very easily explained. So we're coming into this reading. We're coming into November. Already, love is on the brain. 100%. That's the first thing. Second thing, you met the person. Believe it or not, you met the soulmate. They're here. That's the soulmate card. If this is like, Camille, I don't care about love. Everything's fine, boring, whatever. I don't want it. This is business. You met the partnership. You met the boss. You met the co-worker, the networking person. You met the, recruiter. That's going to really take you. You met the person. They're here. They're there. You probably call them and text them if you wanted to. Okay? For some of them, because time is fluid, they're coming in November. Water sign or fire sign. Or earth sign. Just any sign. Okay? We already got that. Soulmate connection, let's also be clear. Soulmate is not, oh, God, this is a fairy tale. Everything's happening so smoothly and wonderfully. Of course, that is part of every soulmate story. But we are humans on the earth plane learning through relationships. Do you ever like go to school and always get A's? Okay, maybe you do always get A's, but didn't you have to study and learn and go to class? And you have to put in some work, okay? That's all. Relationships are also little schools for the soul. So you met this person, they are a soulmate. Let's detach from this idea that soulmate means everything has to go smoothly, okay? In fact, when things don't go smoothly, that's when we level up. That's when we become champions of our own life. That we want that to happen. Whether you consciously know it or not, your soul really wants rough patches to happen so that you can like have an opportunity to grow, okay? And then we're moving into November. This is the Knight of Wands. And I like how the Knight of Wands is perched on this mountain, holding his wand, looking up and seeing what is to come. This is an adventurous spirit, and you're going to need to call upon this to get through what needs to be going through, what needs to be got through. The Knight of Wands is always this fresh, enterprising, adolescent type of spirit where anything's possible. I have the capabilities to do this. We have the spark, we have the chemistry, we have the sexual energy between us. That is all wands, that's all fire. If this is you looking for someone, this is you, if you're pulling in the Two of Cups this month, which is very much happening for some of you, this is giving you the joy, the energy, the confidence, the assertiveness, and just the effort and the motivation to get out there and do that and to not stop until you get it. That's the wands. I love wands energy because it's always like I'm single-mindedly focused to the point where there's literally no way that this is not going to happen for me. I love that energy for you. And if you found the person, if this is a relationship, this is like, there's just no way that this is not going to work out. I'm going to work for this. I'm going to keep it going. I like you. You're the apple of my eye. And it keeps the energy going. It keeps the flavors going. It's not like we catch people or we have people and then we just give up and we stop working. Like, it requires work. It requires energy. It requires effort. But this is a lighter effort. This is fire effort. This is the funness. It's freedom. Air and wands combust. You are that air sign. So there's a lot of spark. There's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of joy that's going to move you through this month. So then we end off the month here. 5 of Pentacles. What was once the Two of Cups becomes these two people. Let's talk about it. The first way that this is showing up is, okay, we had the honeymoon phase. Now we have to kind of like pull this down into real world stuff. Pentacles is always talking about how we are incorporating things into our daily routines. So now you have the person, and I want to make this as light as possible because I know a lot of you are going to go straight to doom. This is just, how am I going to incorporate this person into my life? They have this job, they have this, I have this feeling, they have that feeling. Like we need to now we have to kind of move together. We have to kind of, what's that word everyone loves? Synergy. We have to get things going in a way that your energies complement my energies and we are able to move forward. Your schedule complements my schedule, we're able to move forward. Your love language complements my love language, we're able to move forward. But the only way that we can get smooth sailing friction is rubbing things together. And when we rub things together, it feels like it's rough. It feels like it's going rough. It feels like we have a lot of edges, right? My trusty amethyst here. It might feel like this, but what we get at the end is a smooth, polished result. So that's the 5 of Pentacles here. That could be it for some of you. The 5 of Pentacles for others of you is, oh, you met this person and it was kind of like a false start. They can't be with you yet. You can't be with them yet. They had to deal with stuff with their ex. Everyone's going through Venus retrograde right now. People from our past are confronting us. Feelings from our past are confronting us, or else we are confronting them and going back to them. So you could have met someone who is just tied up in figuring that out for themselves, or you're tied up in figuring out for themselves. And the emphasis of being left out in the cold here. So some Aquarians could feel like, damn, they're just ignoring me, or like maybe I'm not good enough, or I don't know, like I really thought that this was going to be it. I thought he could be the one, she could be the one, the job could be the one. Like, there's that element there. There's going to be a little bit of sadness. But like I said, the friction, the rubbing, the tension, the moving into darkness, and the only way else to move is into the light. That is what happens. That is the natural ebb and flow of life. Those are the machinations of life. For some of you, you met the person, and then you just go through something together. They have something, an extenuating circumstance, you have to help them get through it. They had to help you get through yours. For some of you, the person isn't the one right now, or at all. Or you like date someone, you're like, I really like this person, and then it fizzles out, and like, I guess that was it. But there's like a world full of people, right? This Five of Pentacles it could take on many things. 100% it's going to be disappointment. That's life, reality. No one owes it to you to be perfect all the time. Life doesn't owe it to you to be great all the time. Take it in stride. It's going to be okay. The Five of Pentacles is not going to be this doom and gloom thing. I'm not ever going to find love. In fact, that person is probably right around the corner. We have the Two of Wands and the Two of Cups. After all, coupledom too. A person's here, and you have to go through it together. They're here, and you have to work some things out. They're not here, and you haven't found them yet. They're here, and then they leave. You find someone else. They're here, and then they leave, and then they come back. It's fine. That's fine. That's all the Five of Pentacles is, okay? So then we move here into the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is this card that always speaks to moving away from things that we thought would once bring us emotional satisfaction. Okay, let's be clear. For some of you, that's moving away from being single. Aquarians are so independent, so quirky, so lovely. Us, I'm an Aquarian sun and Venus. You know, there's just this air towards going it alone. And sometimes being in a relationship, even though we want those things, can feel like the death of autonomy, right? It can feel like the death of independence, or it can feel like suffocation. The Eight of Cups is, hey, I know you were comfortable being single, especially because the Five of Pentacles and Pentacles has to do with routines, like how are we going to make this work? I know you're fine with your single routine, but this person is knocking on the door. They really love you. You really like them. Or you're going to find this person. You're going to have to like ease up on that. You're going to have to let them in. You're going to have to walk away from these Eight of Cups, from this idea of being alone is what I can control, and that's the only thing that will ever serve me. Walk away from it. For some of you, this is the relationship taking a turn into, you weren't the one. Bye. So you thought this person would be great. And they were a soulmate, because soulmates are always people who teach us, right? So even the person you date before the person you get married, the person you date before finding your husband or finding your wife or finding your partner or significant other, they're also the soulmate. Because in some way, they are turning you towards that person. They're rerouting you towards that person. So for some of you, this is just a reroute. You thought that relationship would work out. You thought that person would work out. Well, it feels a little sucky. Feels a little sucky, but here we are. We're taking it in stride. We're moving on. And I love that about the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is not just like, I'm sad. The Eight of Cups is like, I'm sad and I'm taking action. That's it for some of you. Walking away from single life, walking away from something you thought would serve you. Now, the Eight of Cups, we can get into many machinations of it. The Eight of Cups could also be, I'm walking away from how I thought this relationship had to look. So you have the person, they dig you, you dig them. You maybe have to go through some recalibrations here, go through some hardships here, some tension, some difficulty, whatever. And now you have to think about the relationship differently. Now you have to walk away from how you thought it was going to look. Oh, you thought that they would be available to go to your yoga classes? Well, they're busy. You got to walk away from that now. That's just a stupid example. Or, oh, you thought that they would be a person that you can play out this codependent fantasy with, but they're actually very independent. And now you have to walk away from the idea that that person was going to do that for you. Or now you have to walk away from the idea that this relationship was going to look X, Y, Z. That's the Eight of Cups. But you're walking away from it and you're doing the work. I like it. I like it. And then I was like, okay, Eight of Cups is not really that great of a place to end. I mean, it kind of is, but we want some happy endings, right? So then what came up was the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is just dissatisfaction, apathy, and boredom. And that's par for the course with Aquarian love, right? Because we're so into the novelty of everything. So there's a true thing here where you can get into a relationship, you can really want the relationship, and then we can do the thing that I talked about earlier. Now it feels boring. Now it feels like I'm trapped. Now it feels like, what if they're not the one? Relationship anxiety. What if I'm not the one? And so you're in this place where you're kind of depleted, but the universe is trying to give you cups. It's a nice little parlay 4, 2 of cups to the 4 of cups. You're in the relationship now. It could be a great thing, but you're just kind of scared of it. For some of you, it could be, you thought this person was going to, again, be the one, and then you kind of start in it, and it becomes something that you never thought it was going to be. It becomes a little bit boring and dissatisfying. Well, then your journey here is to, again, walk away from how you thought it would be. And then I love how we end very beautifully at the King of Pentacles. Okay, so King of Pentacles is a neutral energies, but he is a guy. So for women, this could be a guy coming in or the guy who you already met, who becomes so solid, who becomes so dependable, who becomes a person who can share material wealth with you and share the goodies of life with you. Where we had the 5 of Pentacles here, we had to figure it out. We don't know what's happening. This hurts. Ouch. Then we have the King of Pentacles where it's like, we're all good. All the creature comforts are attended for. We got everything worked out, how this is going to look in the real world. You can depend on me now. We can depend on each other. This relationship becomes substantiated. For some of you, this is the boyfriend-girlfriend moment where you put a label on it. Fiancé moment, marriage moment. For some of you, it could be this relationship seems a little topsy-turvy. The beginning of relationships, the beginning of anything is so nebulous and fragile. This is it becoming a solid thing. You're used to it. For some of you, the person you had to walk away from, you walk right into this energy. A man or a woman or however they identify coming in, but they're providing you this solidness. And this is what I meant. They're holding you down. So if there's any indication that a person you're with now or a person you're entertaining or a person you're dating seems a little bit flimsy, you can go through the thing where you're like, I really wanted to work out with them and I'm kind of sad that it didn't, and that's fine. And then that's when you have to lean upon this confidence of the Knight. But if you know that the King of Pentacles is there on the other side, you can kind of mitigate that disappointment, right? This walking away doesn't seem so hard and sad when we know we're walking right into this. This is a substantial person, a substantial relationship, a relationship that's going to grow. Now, the King of Pentacles, I will say here, is a slow-moving energy, so patience. Patience. Just have patience. It is happening in November because this is November reading. You've had to employ patience. Maybe you've been trying, let me not talk about myself, but maybe you've been trying to call this person in for a long time, right? Months, years. Okay, they're a little bit slow. King of Pentacles a little bit slow here. He's finally here. He's at the very end of the reading, at the very end of the month, at the very end of the year. Okay, but he's here. So be patient. The relationship it's gonna be fine. Either the person you're with, the person you're meeting, or the person that you'll become, or it's gonna be fine. And then I love here, we need this. We need this for the Aquarians, the 2 of Wands. You're beginning again within this new established bond. You're beginning again as now I'm a girlfriend, now I'm a boyfriend, now I'm a fiance. We talked about that. It's also, this relationship is making you see the world differently. And I love that when someone holds you down, when you know that they have your back and you have their back, and it's just you're coming from this place of being so taken care of. You can go out here into the world. You can explore. You can travel with them. You can go on your honeymoon. You can venture out and become more of yourself by having someone that you know loves you and holds you down. And this is a relationship taking form and taking shape in a way that you feel so much more free. You can be yourself. The world opens up for you because this relationship is so great. That's the 2 of Wands. Woo, it's lovely. I know we took a little weird detour here into the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups, taking that laboring or to walk away from it. Walk away from dissatisfaction, walk away from boredom, walk away from not being served. Alternatively, the 4 of Cups is also, hey, the universe is trying to rush in. The universe is trying to give you something. Don't give up. Don't be complacent. So that relationship didn't work out. So that dating situation didn't work out. Okay, here is another cup. And in that cup is this guy, this energy, this person, this woman. I love it, Aquarius. I love it. Have fun with this new relationship. If you need anything else for your life specific to you, Also, this could be a job reading. You know, it's general. Hit me up at the emails below. Until then, I will see you in December as we inch closer and closer to Aquarius season, the best season that there is, right? So enjoy. Don't be deterred. It's going to be okay. And see you in December.